Okay, I'm now recording. I completely forgot to record. Okay, so I guess things that we need to focus on this week, I think is what I need to talk about, just to update everybody in terms of what's happening. Everybody is expected to bring in some sponsors in cash, in kind. We need sponsors for the scholarships. So if you know people in business who are willing to sponsor a kid to get to college. The beautiful thing about New Mexico is that you can get into the New Mexico lottery system if you are a New Mexican, which basically means that all your tuition is covered. The parents struggle with getting the kids money for accommodation and food and transport. So that's kind of the missing gap that we want to try and raise money for. So I will send you the sponsorship letter if you know anybody in business who would like to sponsor the event and get recognition for it, plus sponsor a kid to go to college. That would be really amazing. So I finalized hotels. We're finalizing on food. So one of the things we decided to do is to bring in food trucks to the event so that people have a multitude of different types of food that they can taste. There is a food truck association that we've contacted, and we're going to try and finalize on getting that sorted. I've talked about enrolling students. Oh, there's a lady who runs the TED Talks in New Mexico who is going to, there's somebody sending me a message on Facebook, sorry. This is where I need a moderator. Tiffany,
that was the group.
Step in and help me with this.
Okay.
People are posting things on Facebook. You know, I need to give you my password to the Zoom account in case of a communication breakdown, like what happened. You know, you could pick up, or I could be asleep, or I just haven't woken up. I don't want things to stop just because something's gone wrong.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
So after the meeting, let's just catch up. So Adele is saying she hasn't got the link either. This is so weird. Let me just give her the link. Adele is based in, I think she's in London. Copy URL. And you see people are sending me messages on different platforms as well, which makes it very confusing. Instead of sticking to Facebook, I'm getting it through my Facebook professional page. Let me see if she got it. Okay, I've just sent it to her. What was I saying? See, now I've lost my train of thought.
You said the TED Talks in New Mexico.
Lady. So there is a lady who organizes the TED Talks in New Mexico who's happy to coach and mentor speakers remotely, online, between now and the event. So the presentation style is you get a 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute slot. So I don't get to choose who gets what. They have a committee. So once you submit your interest online and which areas you want to speak in, they slot you in somewhere. That's how they can have 180 speakers at every given event. So every hour, there's about 5 or 6 speakers speaking at the same time in different rooms in the venue. So that's just something to be aware of. We've talked about the audio visual equipment. So what did you say this lady's name is, Jessica?
Her name is Robin. Hold on, I have it here. Her name is Robin. I know that's her first name. I don't remember her last name. I have her info. Where is it?
I'm just gonna put it on the list next to the things that need to be done.
Actually, I don't have her card. She ran out of cards that evening. She has mine, and she's supposed to get a hold of me. But we both have, I know how to get a hold of her, I think, through Yuka. So Robin, she was going to try to call me this week because she's supposed to be up in Santa Fe. Since I'm going to Santa Fe this week, she's supposed to be up there as well. And we talked about having a lunch or something as well later in the week,
Okay,
and kind of talk a little bit more about her possibility.
Okay. So one of the other things that I've done is I'm just adding it to the list. Budgeting. Adele's husband had said he would help with the budget. I need to get that to him.
Gertrude, I'm going to have to say goodnight. Both my own battery and my son battery are going flat.
Okay.
So I will chat to you later.
All right. Good to manage to make the call. Take care, Denise.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Adele.
Hi.
Hi. Have I added you to the Facebook group?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I've just put the link on the chat window there. Can you see it?
Let me see.
Just click on there and ask me to invite you in. That's how I'm emailing the link out, and then on that group, if you ever get stuck again, that's where you should look.
Right, no, I can't see. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, I think I can see it.
You saw it? Okay, I've just found you, and I've added you to the group.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, those are the two places, because once I start running the meeting, I'm not checking emails. I'm not checking everything consistently. I'm trying to, but it's hard. So those are the two places to look. And if you put a message in there, somebody will respond.
Okay, yeah, great.
Okay, cool. So I was just saying that you're based in the UK.
I am, yes.
And we were just recapping, things we've done, things that we're planning to do. So I need to get the budget to your husband. I apologize, I still haven't done that. The week just got a little bit crazy. But I will try and connect with you guys via email. So what else? Transportation is going to be a bit of an issue because this venue is not in central Albuquerque, and the university campus is closed. So there's normally a campus shuttle that goes from the main campus to the venue. I'm having a meeting with my head of department this week to see if we can get one of those shuttles running back and forth every 2 hours, every 3 hours, in case people want to go back into the city. So transport is going to be an issue just to get people out there and get people back. Volunteer coordinator is someone that I'm still needing to find. So if anybody would like to step up and coordinate our volunteers, I would be eternally grateful. The volunteers basically need to know the lay of the land. We're going to print out the map of the venue so that when people come, if somebody gets lost, they need to be somebody who's wearing a particular t-shirt that can be identifiable, so that if somebody gets lost and they need to know where they're supposed to be going, someone can point them out. And then, of course, the volunteers need to, there was something that was brought up in the last meeting with regards to reminding people, in fact, I think it was you, Jessica, to drink water. People need to remember that New Mexico is high desert. It is very, very dry out here. Very easy to get altitude sickness because we're at about 5,000-6,000 feet. And when I first came, the headaches I got were just horrendous. It was just because I forgot to keep drinking water. So keeping yourself hydrated. I think we need to have that in the booklet that we're giving out when people register, but also just constantly reminding people every morning to drink lots of water. We're going to have a cocktail party out at the Canyon Club the night before, on the 21st, where people who are flying into the country, people who come in a day earlier can meet and mix and mingle. And then the actual event itself is the 21st to the 23rd. I mean, the 22nd, 23rd. Any other questions? Any other questions?
On the volunteers, I don't know that I'm the one to organize it because I've never been to one of these conferences before, but I know you talked to somebody in the group about doing that when we were on our last meeting. But I know that I had mentioned about possibly us using school groups or other things because they always have to do services. And so I know you mentioned also that you have a connection with the Bosca School.
Okay, Jessica, there is an echo.
Yeah, I have no idea where that came from.
Is one of your devices still?
Nope, just the computer only.
Oh, right.
It stopped.
It has stopped. Okay, so say that again. The volunteer.
Last week, I remember one of the ladies that are on, and I can't recall who you had mentioned, since they had been to the conferences before, you were going to kind of try to place them in charge of volunteers because they already know the system and how everything rolls. But one of the items that I had suggested was utilizing school groups because they have to do community service and be involved as part of our volunteers. And I know you said you had a connection with the Bosca School, and then I was going to try to see if I could get some other groups maybe in assisting.
Yes. And I think it was you, Adele, right?
It was, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Adele and I met in The Hague and then bumped into each other again in London. So we both attended one of the forums and kind of know the format and the layout. So Adele put up her hand for that. I'd completely forgotten. Kathy, any questions? Or Tiffany?
I don't have a question, but I have a comment. I was telling you that I'm going to add the link to my personal website and start promoting it on Facebook and all my social media outlets. I was just going through the registration for New Mexico, and there's you might have to have them check one of the fields, which is it asks for the Facebook link. And when you put in the Facebook link, it tells you the email address is not valid. So I think maybe the formula they have in there is not proper. So when it won't let you proceed, like it'll wipe out your whole thing. It'll tell you it's not valid, but this is a required field.
Yes,
so
I've actually emailed Habib about that.
Okay.
Yes, somebody pointed it out this weekend, and I sent her an email. They said they'll look at it.
Okay. So just because I want to start really pushing it and sending people there to register, because I do have a group of women from kind of all over the country who have been asking me for the information. So just so that they can register and come if that's what they want to do.
Yes. No, there's definitely a problem. That was brought to my attention. I think it was Maggie who tried to register this weekend, and I have made Habib aware of it. So I'll put this link in the chat window. So the first thing to do is to click on the New Mexico link and then go into the program and look at the program, see the areas where you want to speak, and then send that off to, and then put in your registration. I don't think on this website you can say your specific areas, can you?
Let me see.
I don't think so.
New Mexico. I know it let me see. Program details.
So that's the link to the website, ladies.
Program details just says time and agenda. It has some titles and some names, but let me see. It does not let you pick what it is. I think, yeah, it doesn't let you pick what it is.
That's okay. I think you'd have to to let them know once they've responded. Once you've registered as a speaker, they'll then email you and say, which areas do you want to speak in?
Okay. Yeah, we just have to be able to do the speaker's request, because that's the one that's not working.
Yeah. Okay. What else do we need to talk about? Have I left anything out? Ladies, help me out here.
Can I just ask, do we have a flyer or anything that we can direct people to, or are we just directing people to the website?
At the moment, that's the website.
Right, okay.
We have Joni. Joni can't make our meetings, but she's a lady who runs one of the most successful advertising agencies in Albuquerque. She's taken over marketing and promoting, so she's coming up with some marketing collateral this week. So we will have some stuff next week.
Okay.
Yeah, I met with Joni last week. Joni Griffins is her name. She can't make our meetings because she goes for a run every morning, but she has taken on marketing and promoting. And then another friend of mine, Elishiva, is based in California as well, Kathy.
Okay.
She is a drummer. She's another very, very spiritual lady. She heals through the vibration of sound. So everything she does is around drumming. And one of the things that we had talked about is having a grand finale at the end of our event on the last day. I came up with this idea to have something called Tribal Rhythms. Tribal Rhythms is going to be an ensemble piece, an impromptu ensemble piece that we create at the end. So people are ordering drums that will be handmade and that you would end up painting something really beautiful during the workshops. You might do a drum painting workshop. And at the very end, to finish off our event, we'll have somebody who will orchestrate us to play a piece of music. People have to buy the drums in different sizes. So you can imagine if 500 of us each had a drum and we create a musical piece. It's going to be called Tribal Rhythms. I've done this before in Australia and New Zealand with the Maori and Aboriginal workshops that I used to do there. And it's just a beautiful way just to tie everything up. And then we have a piece of music to use to promote for next year. But it's again creating that marketing and advertising collateral, giving our conference something, a bit of a difference, getting people to work together in unison, impromptu will be fun. So we could do those sessions, maybe during lunch breaks, maybe during tea breaks, where you just pick up your drum and we do something, and then at the end we bring it all together. So we're busy negotiating with a drum maker. So again, it's going to create employment for the local artisans in New Mexico. That's what I really love about this. And they've given us some really good prices. We're trying to lock down those prices. But Ellie is going to be kind of coordinating and heading the that part of entertainment. And when Jessica and I met, she has had a few Native American groups who've come and performed at events that she's organized. So Jessica has also promised to try and find us some dancers to perform at the event as well.
Sounds good.
I'm still working on that. Waiting for some of the callbacks on them. But working either with some of the Pueblos or some other connections to the Navajo Nation. So I will hopefully with this week be able to get a little bit further on that. I put the calls out, but sometimes one of them, he's in a very desolate area, so his signal's not as good, and then kind of takes a while to get back. And they also would work really well with some of the programs they do, possibly for the scholarship part that you were interested in doing.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm meeting with a lawyer by the name of Brian Colon. He's in our advisory committee. He can't make the meetings, but really wants to help and support in helping us to get sponsorship. I'm meeting with Brian this week and seeing where he could potentially connect me with people in business who could possibly sponsor our kids. Yeah, so now it's a matter of us going out there and getting sponsorship. The goodie bags, last week we had 2 people who joined the group. One of them emailed me a link to a website called Harrow. And Harrow is a website, it's called Help a Reporter Out. It's a place where you can ask for things, you can advertise that you're looking for stuff. And she sent me a link where somebody put out a call for companies to donate things for goodie bags. So like you can say that we have an event, we have 500 women coming. Do you have anything you'd like to put in our goodie bags? So it has to be companies that want to target women. But I'm needing someone to kind of initiate that because I know on Harrow I can get slammed. I normally advertise on Harrow.
How do you spell that?
Haro.
Oh, okay. Harold, isn't that the like a journalistic website?
It is. So there's examples here. Gift bag for star-studded Sweet 16 party, gift bags, special events, annual Harvard Business School venture capital competition, gift items for contestants in a talent show for women. There's all kinds of requests that you can put out, but my fear is if I do it, I'm going to get slammed with responses because Harrow normally gives a very good response. Does anybody have time to do that if I forward this email to you?
You can send it to me.
Okay, I'll forward it to you. If you click on the links, you'll see some examples. And then what you could say, because people normally only give if they feel they're going to get something out of it. Tiffany.
Uh-huh.
So we could say that their company could be mentioned in an article for the Huffington Post, because I do want to write an article about the Women's Forum for the Huff Post. People like it when they get some kind of recognition and they know they're going to be in a big publication.
Mm-hmm.
So scroll down in this email I'm forwarding to you now and just register an account with Harrow. It kind of takes you through the steps and then, you know, just put gift bag, product request or whatever.
As a suggestion, one of the things when we hosted conferences, we just say will be included on promotional items. If you say it in that format, then you're not specific to what the promotional items are, but we could, excuse me, these allergies are killing me. We could put together just a thank you to our sponsors flyer as well that we would put in a gift bag, and at least there they would have notoriety to everyone who gets a gift bag as well for all the sponsors. That's one way of doing sponsors, because should there be, hopefully we have like hundreds of sponsors and that would be donating, and then it wouldn't be where something in the post you would have to list 100 names that would take up your article.
Yeah, no, that's true. Carolyn, welcome. This is your first meeting joining us from, where are you in the world today?
Can you hear me, Gaddy?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm terribly fine, and I have to apologize for not meeting, but you may know that I am running for an elected official here, so my schedule is slammed.
I noticed. Well, welcome. I'm glad you managed to make the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please just introduce yourself, say where you are.
Excuse me.
And what you do.
Wow. My name is Carolyn Wright, and I live in the Dallas, Texas area. And I have a International Girls Leadership Initiative organization where currently we're serving 8 countries, empowering young women, teaching them about social capital, financial capital, practical skills, and so on and so forth. But more what we're doing now, I'm in Costa Rica currently, And we have about 10 kids that we're teaching how to scuba dive. And fortunately, these kids, you know, they have no boundaries. Well, long story short, they have come upon 2 slave ships that had sank. And so now we're teaming up with some geologists in Chapel Hill, because ultimately we want to create a underground museum to come and take a look at these ships that have underwater in Costa Rica. So on and so forth, and we'll have time to talk about that later. Good morning, ladies, and welcome. And I appreciate you all helping Gaddy. She's a good friend of mine, a good person, and we got a lot of work to do, so we'll get back to business.
Fantastic. It's good to have you on the call, Pip.
Thank you.
So we've been meeting every Monday, 7 o'clock, brainstorming ideas on how to pull this thing together and make this conference a success. And we've basically delegated duties. So you got the email, obviously, that came through with the link, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. I'm going to be sending out another email just giving a breakdown of the responsibilities. Everybody's picked an area where they want to play. Is there any possibility that you could bring some of your girls?
Well, this is what, from what I'm trying to catch up, Gaddy, and I believe that's in May.
May 21st to the 23rd.
Right, and you probably have not seen my link, but I sent you a link letting you know that I'll be in India at that time.
Oh, you're in India at that time.
Right, but we're definitely going to make the New Delhi and the Dubai.
Okay, so you'll be in New Delhi.
Yes.
Okay. Also, we will see you there, but not in Mexico, not Grenada.
But my thing is, however I can help in this capacity, whatever, if I can, I certainly will, but I will not be attending.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I guess then the help that we would need is, number one, for you to help us, get the word out for speakers. We are wanting to have at least 180 speakers at each of these events. That's the first thing. The link for New Mexico and Grenada is already up. I've just put, if you look in the chat window on the Zoom call, there is a link to the India website where people can go and register as speakers. And then number two, the other help we need is with sponsorship. And then ideas on what we can do to really make this, this event a success. We want to attract at least 500 women and give away 200 scholarships. 100 to girls in high schools and 100 to young women in tertiary institutions to come for free. That's our goal for 2016. And then we also want to find sponsors to help with scholarships for 100 children on the Native American reservations to go to college in 2018. We want to start a scholarship fund so that every year we can give away 100 scholarships to 100 kids.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, in the first instance for you.
So you're on the mailing list, and I'm going to just send out
and then we'll go through
this information again, basically, recapping who's decided to take what area. But I'm just asking everybody to play in their areas of strength. So and maybe help us coordinate this and bring it all together.
We'll have a call before that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to duck out. I actually have to go to the airport and pick up my husband. So when I get your email, can we connect later on today?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll coordinate and get that together.
Okay. So
all right,
on Facebook whenever you're free.
Bye, Tiffany.
Thanks, bye. Tiffany.
Gertrude.
Yes.
I sent out a couple of emails to whoever is doing the email updates. And I think a couple of times I have given to them another email to get in touch with me directly, but I'm not getting anything.
Put the email in the chat window, Pip.
Okay.
So the one that sent through this link, is that not the right one?
No, it's just my virtual assistant. She's the one that informed me about it this morning.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, give me the right email address. I'll add it to the list. Yeah, so we're excited. We're really wanting this thing to take off with a bang. Start it small this year, maybe next year have 5,000 women in Albuquerque. Be a big boost for the city as well. So I also went to the Economic Development Forum's luncheon last week. Jessica and I ended up meeting with the CEO. I have a meeting with them. They're really keen to see how they can help support us and promote this event. There's no money there, but they can help with pushing it out.
Of which group?
Economic Development Office in Albuquerque.
Okay.
Pip, have you put your email in the chat window? Where have you given it to me? You still there, Carolyn?
Yes.
Were we
okay.
still going to meet like some of the local people, because getting together just physically, I know you had mentioned that this next weekend possibly?
Yes, the 19th. I haven't sent out the email yet, but I'm going to do that now in the letter that I'm sending to people.
I was thinking, did we, this Small Business Association as well, because there are a lot of females, and that's where the other women's associations as far as business are, to try to get them to assist, even whether there's no finances, but getting it out as well and promoting. So that Albuquerque Hispano Chamber would be an idea. I'm just, that you said that about the city and these other organizations that are pretty big kind of popped in my mind.
Yes. What time do you think we should meet on the 19th?
I'm free anytime in the after, from like noon on.
Okay, so 12?
Or even 10:30, so it doesn't.
Let's say 12 noon because people go to church.
Yeah.
I'll say from 12 to 2 p.m. at the Canyon Club. I get the boardroom at the Canyon Club.
So, Gertrude, clearly I'm not in America, I'm in the UK. So, with regards to the tasks that I've kind of been given, I'm hoping to go to Delhi. So I kind of thought that once I'd done Delhi, I would come directly there, so that I'd be there from the 14th. So that if there was anything that needed to be done, I'd be on hand to do anything.
Yes. That would be amazing. Yeah, because it doesn't make sense for you to go back home.
No. So I kind of thought I might see if I could do some events in your area while I'm there. And I'd also be there to help with volunteers and everything, rather than coming in the day before. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.
Plus, that gives you time to see the beautiful New Mexico area.
Oh, definitely.
Instead of just run in and run out.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That would be excellent.
One thing, you mentioned tables that we were needing. I do have access. I think I talked to my sister-in-law. The tables we purchased for our bowl sale, I think there was like 18 of them, but they're round.
Okay.
So I know you said you needed rectangular. Excuse me?
How many do they seat?
They were 10 tops, I believe.
10.
So, but I think you said you needed round, and I have not seen the facilities. What's the name of the facilities again?
So we're having it at the, it's called Mesa de Sol.
Okay. Yeah, I have not seen the facilities, so I didn't know that they would be useful. But I
It
will.
would be useful because we want to create a seating area just outside the building where people could have lunch. So that would be excellent if you could bring those in.
We don't have chairs. We're gonna have to. For our sale, we're renting the chairs, but we did purchase on Craigslist or something like that. We purchased the tables because we have like 400 people that show up to our event, and so we feed them and everything. So we have tables for at least the majority of people to be sit, because a lot of people don't sit there also looking at cattle.
Okay.
So let me look into that, and then I can always get one of the trailers to move them from here up there.
Okay, that sounds good. And I'm going to be talking to the owner of the Canyon Club about helping us out with tables and chairs as well.
Okay, so if they're closer and they happen to have enough, then we won't necessarily use mine. But if you need those, I think there's 15 to 18 of them, and we were looking at getting some other long ones as well for the serving line. So we can check with that as we get closer to the date. But hopefully, maybe we'd get a group to do table and chairs, and we wouldn't have to worry so much. But anyways, I have that as a resource, hopefully.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds excellent. So if there's anything else, yeah, email me, ladies. Carolyn, sorry, I didn't see that. You raised your hand there. Are you still there?
Yes, I am, Gertrude.
I've never seen that feature before.
Oh, I'm sorry. The young lady that's from the UK, is her name Kathy?
Adele.
Adele. Okay. I didn't hear exactly when she said she was going to Delhi.
Yes.
What
so
date?
This event, the first one is on, they're going to be having another one on the 8th to the 13th of May.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering because I will be there in May, and we will certainly be her host if she likes that.
Yeah, so we'll probably meet there, Pip. I'm attending Delhi as well.
But I thought she said she was coming in earlier.
No, she's saying after Delhi, she'll come straight to New Mexico.
Okay.
Instead of going back to the UK.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get some clarity if she needed, a host or what have you. But okay, wonderful. That's good. And I heard someone mention the chamber. I had written that in your notes also to make sure you connect with the chamber.
Yes.
And then it's been my experience a lot of time, the companies that host parties, that host weddings and things of that nature, they have always been very resourceful for me because they like the advertisement. And I don't know if you guys have connected with them or not.
What is the Chamber of Commerce?
The Chamber of Commerce, and then there's bridal companies.
Oh, bridal companies. I hadn't thought of that.
Yes, they are very resourceful in my area.
And what would be in it for them? I guess they have a databases of women that they want to reach, right?
Yes. That's one draw, is the database of women. And even from, there are women whose daughters are getting married. So there's just, it's a downline that they can pull from. And then in addition to that, of course, the publicity.
Okay. So bridal companies. Wow, that's a creative one. I'll make a note of that. There's quite a few. I actually was, there's a networking group that all these bridal companies would meet once a month when I was promoting that ranch in Santa Fe. I think I'm still in that network. I just haven't been to any of the meetings for a while.
And then you have the companies that host trade shows.
Companies that host trade shows, fire away.
And here, for example, we have various companies that would host different trade shows, and they are very, very. Just about anything I want, they have. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop.
So like what? What do you mean everything you want?
Well, I heard you, or you mentioned that you need tables, you need bag stuffings,
Yes.
items to go, because they get all these things from the businesses and the corporations that are having their trade shows.
Okay.
You follow me?
I follow.
Yeah.
So they could potentially give us bags, they could give us drink bottles, because stuff like that.
Yes.
To fill the bags.
Correct. And it's one stop. You're not beating on a lot of doors.
Huh. All right.
And of course, I imagine you all have already considered the airlines.
Who do you approach in airlines?
Well,
what should be our angle?
For me, I have a signature sponsorship. And there's only one major signature sponsorship. So I go after them for the signature sponsorship.
And who do you approach within the airlines?
Usually you can go on their website. Fortunately, I just have some insight with a lot of them, but I normally will go to their, I don't go to the customer service. Who is that? We usually write to the sustainability department, and I'm going that route because you're dealing with, I'm assuming, let me make sure, but you are dealing with some of the indigenous.
Yes.
Yes. So I usually go through the sustainability because they get it. Okay. They get what we're trying to do.
Pip, can you draft a letter that I could use? This is not something I've ever done before. I don't want to reinvent the wheel. If you've done it and you can help me and guide me.
Well, I can see if my guy Stan could do it. And the reason why, Gaddy, for the next, 4 or 5 days, my schedule is slammed.
Okay.
In an election, I just don't have much time. But
yes.
I do have the resources that I could get you in contact with.
So okay.
Yeah. I apologize. I don't want to commit and then not be able to.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand. If you can just guide me or connect me with someone who can help me.
I'll do that. I'll connect you with Stan Eagman. He'll be able to help you.
Okay, awesome. Awesome.
Okay,
And Pip, okay, so here's another thing. You're in Dallas, and I need to reconnect with the CEO of Taco Bell USA. I believe he's now based in Dallas. Again, what would be my approach? Should I kind of want to create a win-win situation because they have a program in Alaska where they're working with Native American teenagers. So I wanted to be an ask that's already in line with what they're doing.
I don't know, but
there?
We can have a sidebar and talk on that. Okay?
Mm.
Regarding the Taco Bell issue. Let's connect and have some dialogue about that.
Okay.
On a conversation, okay?
Yeah, no, that sounds good because the person I know used to be the CEO of Taco Bell USA in California. And when I called a couple of weeks ago, he's now been promoted. He's now the CEO of Yum Brands, which is KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut. Okay. But I want to make sure I have one shot at getting it right. I don't want to fumble, and you know what I mean, right?
Right. So I know we're digressing, and I want to stay focused on what your call is all about. So we'll talk on that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, yes. I think Jessica had something she was getting ready to say, and I wanted to hear what she had to say. Go ahead, Jess.
Thank you. No, and I was gonna say I have no idea where you found that raise your hand application.
I know. So where the hell is that?
You have to inform us.
Okay. Where is that?
Hold on. Well,
of course, I come from a big old Hispanic family, and so interjecting always happens.
Because I don't see it.
I don't see it on my screen. That's why I was wondering how she did that. But what I was going to mention while you're looking looking for it and figuring it out to show us and assist us in that, is what day were you, as I speak to the Indian dancers around here, we still say Indian dancers.
Can you hear me?
Always just, there, we can hear you now, yes.
Yes.
No, not now. It says it's audio, your audio is off.
You've muted yourself, Pip.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, if you go into the menu and there's a
She muted herself.
You've muted yourself, Pip.
Can you hear me? For some reason, when I started muting, can you hear me?
We can hear you now, yeah.
Yes, I don't know why it's muting on its own, but I was saying if you go to the menu, there is an icon which says more. If you tap on more, it gives you the option to raise your hand.
Is that the menu at the bottom of the screen?
Yes, where it says audio, participate.
Okay, so maybe because I initiated the call, my menu is different.
My menus doesn't have that either. I have mute, stop video, invite participants.
That's what I
chat,
see.
record.
I don't see more.
And it may be
well.
you're using a earlier version, and you may update it. It may be on an updated version. I'm not sure, but it's something that I've used quite frequently.
Interesting.
I don't see mine either, and I just uploaded this today.
Really?
Yeah, me too. Me.
Because mine is really
No, I don't have it either.
Okay. So
You're just special, Carolyn.
you have a mute, you have an audio icon, video here, correct? You see those icons?
Yes.
It says audio, video, share, participate, and then more.
No.
No. We have a menu at the bottom of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And we see mute, stop video, invite, manage participants, share screen, chat, pause, stop recording, end meeting. That's
and
all we see.
You don't have more.
No.
Well, I have a more.
Okay, you're special.
Well, what I was going to ask was, excuse me, these allergies, like I said, I laughed a little too good there. What day were you looking at? Because I'm not so sure of how the agenda looks for the conference. Were you talking about having the Indian dancers come in possibly, so I can make sure?
On the opening of the 22nd in the morning,
okay,
or the closing, the 23rd.
And what time does it go to on the 23rd?
Where's the program?
What time would closing probably be?
Let me see. I would say if they were to come in at about 5, if it closes beyond 5, but we would tie that in at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, and if they came at the opening, what time would you be?
9 o'clock.
Okay, so that when I speak to them, I kind of have an idea of what they can do.
Yeah, because our closing plenary session is it's 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on the 22nd.
Okay.
So ladies, I have a meeting at 9. I need to jump into the shower and wash and get ready. If there's anything else, please email me. Ilka, you've just come in as we were ending. How are you?
I'm okay, just coming back from meetings.
Okay, nice to see you again. I have been recording this call, so I will put it on Facebook a bit later today.
Okay, thank you so much.
And I'm going to be sending out information, based on what we've discussed, the list of to-dos, if people can just pick up a piece and add, because after last week's meeting, the people who said something in the meeting got back to me, but nobody who wasn't on the call. So I'm just wanting more people to step up and say which areas they want to contribute. So we start creating our teams. So thank you all so much. It was great connecting, Kathy. I know it was your first call. Thanks for coming online. And Carolyn, can I connect with you later today?
Yes, Gaddy.
Okay. I've just got to go for a meeting from 9 o'clock until 10. And then after that, I'll see if I can pin you down.
Great. Look forward to talking with you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Good day.